We have an update on the upcoming season of The Bachelorette, plus exciting news from some of Bachelor Nation's favorites. Hey guys, welcome back to another Shared News from Home. We have so many Bachelor updates for you all today, but before we get into it, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. As always, I'm your host, Fiona Zaring, and I'm joined by the wonderful Avery Crooms.
Hi, Fiona.
Hello. All right, let's just kick things off right away with an update on this crazy upcoming season of The Bachelorette. As we all know, it's being widely reported that after just 12 days, Clare Crawley quit the show because she fell in love with one of her suitors, Mr. Dale Moss. And of course, it is rumored that Tayshia Adams has stepped in to fill her shoes. Dean Unglert just weighed in on Clare stepping down, and he had a very interesting take on the situation. He told Us Weekly, quote, "I don't understand why Clare could just be like, yep, this is the person I like. Let's just cut me off now. There's got to be something else. I don't know what it is. It just seems a little fishy." He continued explaining, "It's a little too convenient that Clare fell in love in 12 days and left filming of the show just to pursue the relationship with this guy." He also explains that he finds it fishy because he knows of other Bachelor leads who pretty much knew who their final choice was going to be right off the bat, and they of course did not quit the show or were unable to if they wanted to. He said, quote, "I'm sure at some point they leaned over to production and they're like, hey, can you just like cut this production short because I'm going to just pick this person anyways." And they're always like, no, you can't do that. You signed a contract to film for 3 months or however long. You just have to finish out the show. Another fan fave from Bachelor Nation, Ashley I, weighed in. She said she does, of course, believe in love at first sight, but she thinks Clare should have continued filming. She said, "The safest way of doing it to avoid all the what ifs in life. Then you'd never look back and think, man, what would have happened if I didn't go with what I immediately felt and let something grow." I think her take is a really interesting perspective because I've had that thought myself. I don't know about you, Avery, but what if Clare and Dale don't work out and she looks back and goes like, I didn't even get to know these other guys. What are your thoughts on all of this?
I don't know. I'm confused on, the point like Dean made, why she could just be like, I found someone and then be done with the show because of like contracts. And I know there's other people who wanted to do that and they weren't able to do that. But I don't know. Also, I think maybe she's just like tired. Like she was on like 3 seasons of Bachelor in Paradise and then Juan Pablo's season. Maybe she's just like over it and like, I don't want to go through this whole thing again if I found the guy I'm really in love with. But like, is she really in love with him? What's going on? Why is she still on the show? Like, it's just very confusing.
It is. It's all very confusing because, of course, she has been spotted back on set. We saw her potentially filming something with Chris Harrison. So they're clearly not letting her leave the resort where filming is underway. What do you think about the 12 days of it all? Because to me, I don't think you can fall in love in 12 days. If that's the narrative they're going to give us, that it's straight up love, they're each other's soulmates, and they know for sure after 12 days, I don't know that I personally could take that kind of a leap. What do you think?
I don't think I could either, especially in that setting too. It is like a reality TV show. Like, how much alone time do they have? Like, how can you be so sure like this is the one? So I don't know. I'm very confused on the whole thing.
Same. The last question I have for you, do you have any sort of crazy outside conspiracy theories as to why Clare could have quit? I read something on Twitter that this is what they were planning all along. And, you know, Clare's initial casting seemed weird. And the plan from day one was to just bring in Tayshia. And this is just Bachelor producers like waving their magic wands and we're all along for the ride. Do you think there's a conspiracy or do you think this is just totally out of the blue?
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if this was like low-key planned all along because they love like changing things up. They just like, they like stuff like that. But I really don't know. But part of me, I really do feel like it was kind of planned. Like that does make a lot of sense in a way.
I mean, honestly, I love a good conspiracy theory. I've been looking into all of them, of course. You know, Bachelor fans are like literally FBI agents, so they're investigating everything. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if there was some sort of shocker that we discover when the first episode airs. But of course, we'll just have to wait and see.
We will. And ABC just released a new teaser for the season, and Clare is present, but there is no sign of Tayshia. Let's take a look at the clip. Similar to the other teaser clips they've already shared, ABC has still not publicly commented on Tayshia taking over. Fiona, why do you think this is? Like, why haven't they said anything about Tayshia? Why is this clip still only of Clare? Do you think it's because they already had it filmed, or is this part of the whole conspiracy, the whole surprise? What do you think?
I don't know. I do think it's very strange because at this point, it's not just like tabloid reporting or random fan theories. Like almost every outlet out there, from reputable to straight up tabloid, has said that Tayshia has taken over. And they all wouldn't be saying this unless they didn't feel they had reliable sources to back it up. We all know, of course, that like sources are called out all the time, and celebrities will come forward and be like, I don't know who you're talking to, but that is not a reliable source. But to me, it would be strange at this point if we were all just completely wrong. So I do find it weird that ABC is sort of choosing to remain completely silent on the Tayshia of it all. But maybe whether or not it's some crazy huge conspiracy theory or just some sort of small secret surprise that they want to catch us with when the show premieres, I have to imagine it's because they're protecting a bigger picture narrative. That's the only way I can think of it, is maybe they don't want us to know for sure that it's Dale. You know, maybe they're going to try to trip us up with something in the beginning.
Yeah.
And they figure, why not let us do what we do, which is talk about it. We're going to talk about it anyways, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree. I think they want to be in control, and the fact that all of Bachelor Nation does kind of have it figured out, they're not going to come forward and be like, yes, you're right. They want to keep the little mystery alive.
Totally. Well, ABC has not come forward and commented on Tayshia, but one of her exes and one of Bachelor Nation's faves has spoken out about her joining this season, and that is Mr. John Paul Jones. He revealed that he will be tuning in to watch Tayshia find another chance at love, and he believes it actually might lead to some personal growth on his end. He told Us Weekly, quote, I mean, if there's anything that I've grown from in this whole Bachelor experience, it's been seeing yourself on TV or somebody that you're close to. He continued explaining, while it may be difficult to watch Tayshia date another guy, it may be to my personal growth advantage. I probably will watch. Why not? I mean, everybody that follows me on Instagram watches it, so I can't be a total buzzkill. I love that quote because I feel like he knows that he's going to be bombarded with messages one way or the other, so he might as well just get on board.
Yeah, there's no escaping it.
Totally. He did, of course, also make it clear that he is very happy for her to have another chance at finding love. He said, I'm happy for her. I'm very excited for her to find something that's real. She's a bit adamant about, a few aspects of her life which kind of necessitate her wanting to get married. Interesting little statement there. He continued saying, I clearly wasn't the guy for her and vice versa. I think people were expecting me to be bitter or something, but we really gave it a try. I think I can find happiness somewhere else, and clearly she is too. I really like that last statement he made because this is not an uncommon position for people in Bachelor Nation to find themselves in, watching an ex move on. And I think that was a really positive way of summing it up. We gave it our best shot. It's not great to watch your ex move on, but I'm going to take comfort in knowing that we really did do the best we could. What are your thoughts on this whole Bachelor Nation exes re-entering the pool of dating on different shows and having to watch it play out? What are your thoughts?
Well, yeah, I just don't think they can avoid it. Once you're in the scene, you're gonna hear about it one way or the other. You might as well watch it, and maybe it is a way to cope with it or grow from it. What, Fiona, do you think if you were in this position, like, would you watch your ex be the next Bachelor? What do you think?
I mean, so this is the thing. It's so interesting because I feel like he made a really good point with the whole, like, if you choose to not watch it, once you're in Bachelor Nation, fans are going to come after you to find out what you think, more information. So it's kind of like, even if you choose to tune out, you're going to be tuned in one way or another. So at that point, I feel like I probably would watch it. I would hope, though, that whatever relationship in the world of Bachelor didn't work out for me, we ended on a similar note to how they've ended, and I could just be happy for them. You know, like, that's the best thing. You want to be able to be in a place where you're happy enough with yourself that you could, like, be happy for your ex. I'd like to think I could do that. Who knows? Maybe I'm being way too ambitious.
Yeah, and I think they're at, like, a comfortable place where they can do that, obviously. But let's move on from the Bachelorette craziness to one of our favorite couples in Bachelor Nation. Peter Weber just shared with fans some never-before-seen footage of the night he met Kelley Flanagan. Let's take a look at the fun videos. Captioned the sweet post, "A year ago today, I met the one in a hotel lobby. We danced the night away, then went our separate ways. I truly didn't know if I'd see her again. Life is beautiful. Let's see what's next." Barb hopped on the comments and wrote, "I've said this before and I will say it again, serendipity." So they've definitely had a different type of journey, kind of a crazy one. I know they quarantined together and then that's when they started to rekindle. What do you think about their whole relationship, Fiona?
Oh my gosh, I think Kelley and Peter's relationship is one of the most interesting in Bachelor Nation. I loved watching these videos, seeing them initially meet, because I know that was something when his season first started airing, that we were like, how does she not win? Like, that's just such a crazy story. And I mean, if you think about it, she kind of won in the end in real life. I think their journey to get to where they are could not have been easy. Just the way Peter's season sort of shook out, there were so many criticisms to be made about so many random different things. So I'm happy to see them on solid ground, happy and in love, doing what honestly probably feels the most right, because they met in this real life actual scenario that gave them a genuine connection. And the show, while it is a lot of things and while people can find love on it, doesn't, I feel like, provide you with that same sort of initial like gut feeling, you know? And now they can sort of circle back to that and be happy. And I love that Barb is still out here giving us her opinions, because what is a relationship of Peter's without some input from Barb?
Right? No, yeah, I think it's great they can do this. I'm sure it's like not easy on either of them. I know she probably gets a lot of hate still. Like, obviously you weren't the first choice, but like, you have to go through things like that, and it's a show. And I'm glad that they were able to just make it from where they were from that point to where they are now, because they both seem super happy.
Totally. They seem super happy. And honestly, they seem stronger for it. I mean, if you can go through all of those roller coasters,
yeah,
I have so much faith that they're going to be happy for many, many years to come. All right, enough about Kelley and Peter, because we could talk about them all day. Let's move on to another one of our faves. Mr. Mike Johnson just gave fans a tour of his bachelor pad. And you guys, it is truly something impressive. In a new video for Page 6, he actually walked them through his home. Let's take a look at some of the clips.
My living room. I have friends over sometimes, but not all the time. So when I do have homies over, I meet them in dominoes, battle of the sexes, some spades, whatnot.
Wow, honestly, you guys, that space is so well decorated. What are your thoughts, Avery, on his taste and how clean it is and all those personal touches? What did you think?
Yeah, pretty sick pad. I really like the lighting. the LED lights. I like how he's drinking some tequila throughout the video, and he showed us his little bar. I think it's really cute. I'm happy for him. Maybe when this is all over, he'll have a housewarming party.
Ooh, yeah, once the pandemic leaves us all alone and we can get back to normal life. Well, I am also so happy for him, and I love to see him like in his own element like that, thriving. I think fans honestly just want him to be happy. So as long as he's happy, we're happy. All right, you guys, that is everything we have to share with you this week. Of course, as always, we want to know your thoughts on everything going on in Bachelor Nation. So let us know down in the comments. And before you go, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future updates. As always, I'm your host, Fiona Zaring. You can follow me on socials at Fiona Zaring. And Avery, where can they find you?
On Instagram and TikTok at Avery Grooms.
Perfect. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.